caused our opponent to drop when he ramped to Emrakul, and I top decked a Reflector Mage. I don't know what caused him to drop. Probably technical difficulties. I would not have conceded or dropped if I was in the situation he was in. Definitely he could have recovered. Waiting for round 2 to start here. Some of the other games have gone to time, so probably Bant versus Bant, or black-white control versus black-white control. Both of those can go very long, as they have a lot of answers. Almost every deck in the ProTour Gauntlet here is a mid-range deck. Shit, I gotta play the whole thing with Bant Company. Okay, we have a 2-lander, but we have 2 2-turn plays, so let's keep it. We're on the play, so let's lead off by showing our opponent that we're playing Bant, and let them silently die inside. This is the deck I did not want to play. It's pretty much the same deck as last rotation, except for the addition of Spell Queller. It's a good deck. I think 1 or 2 copies made it to the top 8. Let's see. Evolving Wilds, so we're probably playing against Green-Black Delirium. So we don't need a lot of evasion. Probably won't have any answers till turn 3 or 4, so let's get in there and can't cause him to start wasting his removal. The goal here is to have him use his removal on Sylvan Advocate once I have this Selfless Spirit in play. And as long as it's not Grasp of Darkness, the Sylvan Advocate will live through it. Okay, he wasted an Evolving Wilds on Forest, so his hand probably has multiple black sources, or he was off of green. Grimflayer against Sylvan Advocate seems real good. So if he's playing Grimflayer, means he's probably running the list that Sam Party played. Let's see. I'll do that. And reveal this. We're going to Reflector Mage his Grimflayer and get in for 2. We're going to have to tempo him out. We definitely do not want to let him go into the late game. I need blue, white, and now he won't be able to play Grimflayer for a turn. And then the turn he does play it, I'll get to Spell Queller it, because Bant is not fair. Reasons this deck is so good is the top of the curve is a 5-drop, but the deck primarily plays 2 and 3 drops to capitalize on Collected Company. Collected Company lets you play 6 mana worth of spells on turns 3 to 6, depending on how you curve. So it's a great tempo card. That, and it's an instant. Lets you play it on your opponent's turn, during their upkeeps or their end steps. Really messes up combat. It is just a really good card. Okay, so he has a Sylvan Advocate too. So let's look at the lines here. I can bounce his Advocate with Reflector Mage, and then I won't have mana for Spell Queller. I would much rather Spell Queller the Sylvan Advocate, because all my 2/3s can eat a Grim Flayer. That, and he has played nothing that could enable Delirium. So he's his version of the deck is aggro. It's really bad against Bant because all Grim Flayer can't get through the 2/3s. I'm gonna leave the mana up. So if he does anything, I'm gonna need. I could Reflector Mage his Advocate to get 4 damage through. I'm just gonna get 2 damage through here. I'm gonna leave mana up for Spell Queller, because I really want to flash in that flyer. He does have Grasp of Darkness mana, Ruinous Path mana. All of these lists play Ishkana, and I'm gonna have to take a pain. Okay, main deck murder. Better to play that on my turn. It looks like he was trying to get some damage through. So now he's tapped out. I'm going to be able to hit him for 4. Ooh, another Spell Queller off the top. That's breaking. Let's see. I can Reflector Mage and get through. If he has another kill spell, though, it's done. I really want to get this Selfless Spirit onto the field, and then I'll still have mana up for either Spell Queller or Reflector Mage. So let's go ahead and play Selfless Spirit. It'll really cause him to blank all of his kill spells, except for Languish and Grasp of Darkness. Let's see. I could get in for 6. I would put him on a 3-turn clock. hit him for 4 this turn, and then 6 the 2 subsequent turns, which is still a 3-turn clock. And I'll still be able to keep up the Spell Queller mana. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, that's horrible. The murder card that's in the exile zone under Spell Queller goes into combat with it. He's got murder in a jar. Okay. He's only got 1 green mana, so he could do Prey Upon? But that's not in this deck list. That's one of the downsides of playing the ProTour Gauntlet is you know what deck they're playing, especially since there was only one. Crap. Languish eats the board unless you've got Spell Queller mana. Boy, he played that. Got real excited. And now Spell Queller is going to exile that Languish. And let's see if he doesn't concede. Now what I really need here is a Dramoka's Command to really poop on his face. Again, I can play another Selfless Spirit, but I'm going to hold it back in case he does have another Languish in hand. I think this main deck's 2 Languish. I'm going to be able to hit him for 10 this turn unless he blocks, which then hit him for 8. 6 flying though. Oof. 2 elves hugged it out. Okay. You may search for a forest. Play that forest and then concede. Alright. Let's see, what can we sideboard against this? He's going to be putting in, if he's playing the aggro version, we're going to want Gnarlwood Dryads for defense. We don't really want the game to go long though. I think Gnarlwood Dryads in there for fighting against aggro. There were some mono white players, but they did not do well. Probably going to want Negate. It seems really good. Selfless Spirit seems really bad once he gets Delirium going and plays Ishkana. So we'll take out a Selfless Spirit for Negate. Ojutai's Command seems pretty backbreaking, especially if he gets Emrakul online. Tireless Tracker is kind of dead against the aggro version. So let's see if we can't tempo him out. I wonder if these Dramoka's commands are worse against him. If I can make him sack an enchantment and power up one of my creatures, though. Let's put in a Nissa, just because it's my favorite card. Alright, game 2, round 2. It's only a 2-lander, but I only have one spell. Only got 4 spells in the whole deck that cost more than that, so we're going to keep this hand. I'm going to have to Evolving Wilds for a forest. I'm going to have to do it turn 1 too. I may really need that to search for blue mana, but I've got a pretty good early game with this opening hand, so we're going to keep this. Turn 1 traverse, so either he's kept a hand with only 1 to 3 lands, or he's just trying to get that sorcery into the graveyard for Delirium. Okay, so we got our green and blue here, turn 1, which is great. I'll be able to Lumbering Falls and then Plains on turn 2. My turn 3 will be dead when I play Evolving Wilds. This seems like a good play. Lumbering Falls is a really good top deck. If this game goes long, Sylvan Advocate and Lumbering Falls is the only thing that will get me through Ishkana 2 5/5s, or a 4/5 and a 5/5. Because this format really favors sorcery speed removal, the man lands are especially good. So if I go Sylvan Advocate, it'll either draw out some removal, but it'll also blank his Grimflayer if that's what he's trying to do on turn 2. If I'm just trying to aggro him out, I would probably play both my Selfless Spirits. But I really want to save these to try and protect my creatures, especially once I power them up with Dramoka's Command. I think Sylvan Advocate's just the best thing you can always do on turn 2. Liliana seems pretty good. Okay. So Lily's going to be able to plus and kill both of my Selfless Spirits unless I'm able to power them up with Dramoka's Command. I could alternatively power up my Dramoka's Command, or power up Sylvan Advocate, and then I need a blue or a green. Everything in my hand is green and white. I should pull another green or white source. Nissa will pull out another forest, which will make my following Evolving Wilds worse. I don't really need that other blue source. but Lumbering Falls is my only green source, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So if I play Selfless Spirit, Liliana kills it. If I play Dramoka's Command, it does nothing except hit Liliana for 1. It is attractive, but I think Dustwatch Recruiter is the right play here. I'm really going to need that 4th land. What makes 2 drops so powerful is that you're able to play 2 of them on turn 4, whereas with 3 drops you would have to wait until turn 6 through 9 in order to get 6 land on average. So I'm gonna have Sylvan Advocate just give Liliana a hug. I'm gonna need to speed up my play a little bit. Game 3, I'm not gonna have a lot of time here. Okay, Grimflayer, that's fine. Lily's going to again power down my Sylvan Advocate, and then both these Grimflayers will possibly trade. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so what I can do is now power up Dustwatch Recruiter to eat one of those flayers. Or I don't really want to use Dustwatch Recruiter's ability. If I pass, he flips, and then I can play 2 spells next turn. Seems attractive. Okay. Gotta deal with Grimflayer. Glad I got Lumbering Falls instead of the Yavimaya Coast. And now when Dustwatch Recruiter flips, it'll be a 4/4, which will be able to go toe-to-toe with Grimflayer in case he does get Delirium. If I attack Dustwatch Recruiter, Grimflayer's just gonna eat it. I didn't realize this until earlier today. The Lily ability isn't just you get X plus 2 zombies. It's an emblem. You get X plus 2 zombies every turn. Pretty good. Bet $1 he names Reflector Mage. On earlier podcasts, I said how good Infinite Obliteration is. It's in almost every sideboard in the Pro Tour since Emrakul was in just about every deck. Oh, okay. I owe someone $1. He needs Spellcaller. That's fine. If he casts Languish, he'll kill his own Grimflayers. The only thing he has that survives Languish is Emrakul and Ishkana, and so you know, bringing his deck down to 3 win cons, Planeswalker, and 3 cards in your deck that can attack for damage seems okay. Now he's also seen what's in my hand, so he'll be able to play around it. Oh, he's going for the Delirium route. He probably has Ishkana in hand. He's got 5 mana. Let's see what he's got in his graveyard. Instant, sorcery, creature, sorcery. Okay. Oh, thank God. Alright, so I got a Plains. That's my first land. Let's see, I can eat Grimflayer, and then kill Lily and attack for 3. Seems awesome. Let's do that. So we're going to Dramoka's Command. Let's see, we're going to power you up. And I want you to fight him. It's only got 2. It's not going to be able to do anything. Sure, let's go all in. Let's go all in. You go after Lily, and you smack him in the face. Sorcery. Oh, he's going to be able to get my Coco, which is fine. I have 2 Dustwatch Recruiters, which is a very expensive Coco. But now he's got Sorcery, Planeswalker, Creature, Instant. No Delirium yet. I'm going to have to leave back a blocker. Oh, hey, Sylvan Advocate's got Vigilance. Alright. I'm not going to cast a spell. Make him think that I have Avacyn. Okay, he's got a Grimflayer here. Instant sorcery, creature, planeswalker. Shit, he does have Delirium. Okay. Well, poopy. Did not see that that was a 4/4. Okay. Let's see, do I want to save him, or do I want to keep attacking? I think I want to... I think I really just want to keep attacking. If he doesn't have Ishkana, selfless spirits will run away with the game. And Dustwatch Recruiter is going to flip into a 4/4, which can trade for the Grim Flare. Alright, he does not have Ishkanah, but he does have Tiles Tracker. What makes Grim Flare really good is that he can put, he can rearrange the top 3 cards of his deck, or just put all of them into the graveyard. With 7 card types, Evercool costs 6. Seems good. Right now he just has 4 card types in the graveyard. Let's see if we can't just Dustwatch Recruiter every turn. Shoot. If I'd have known Sylvan Advocate was going to die, I could have activated Lumbering Falls. No, I couldn't. I don't have another green source. Would have been nice to have a 5/5 hexproof. Alright. So, if he plays any of his win cons, Ojutai's Command's going to deal with it. Sweet. So I'm going to leave up mana for that. We're just going to attack 4 in the air. I'll be able to block some of this. See if I can't just aggro him out. Okay. Really want to counter a spell. That seems good. Counter spell. Alright, so I'm going to need Sylvan Advocate, and I'm going to need to counter that spell. Blue, white, blue. So I don't get any spiders, and I get an elf back. And I have a werewolf. Can't pop his clue. Really didn't sequence his turn very well. He could have attacked and then did something else. So let's see. I can I got him on a 2-turn clock here. If he does something crazy, I can Coco. Doing pretty well with only 1 green source. Sure, draw a card. Most games I've seen with Tireless Tracker, your board ends up with like almost a dozen clue tokens. Alright, so we have won 2 rounds. 3 games in 2 rounds. Looks like 2 people have dropped now from the queue. At this point, I have gone undefeated with a deck that has only added 1 card from Eldritch Moon. Fantastic. We're only a minute and a half from the next round. Great. Wish me luck. Lost the die roll. Alright. I'm locked into Bant Company. Probably my least favorite deck. Two Evolving Wilds, sure. I'll keep it. Ooh. Wandering Fumarole. There's only one deck that plays that, and that is the deck I wish I had played. Now, since I've won first 2 rounds, I'll be able to get enough play points to play again for free, which is awesome. Let's see, if I Fortified Village, then I'll get nothing. It'll come into play tap. Let's just start here. Let's see. I have no white sources. I'll do that. The only list that plays Wandering Funeral is played by a Brazilian or Chilean, and he played is it Burn. So we're gonna see what he's playing here. Let's see. If I play Yavimaya Coast, I'll be able to Dramoka's Command to prevent a burn spell, which is not what I need to do. Let's see. I need blue that won't kill me because he's playing a burn deck. I really want to see how this deck plays. With my luck, I'll play another round of this and another round, run the gauntlet again, and shit. Well, okay. My coast, and now I can spell Queller if he does something. So he doesn't have Thing in the Ice, or he's waiting for a Thing in the Ice and a handful of spells to immediately flip it, which is what this deck can do very well. Everything in my hand is an instant or a creature with flash. Oh, it's so dirty just doing everything on your opponent's turn. This guy has 2 Bedlam Revelers in his sideboard too. What I thought was interesting with the beginning of this, the gauntlet here was well, he's just going to burn my face? Sure. Oh. Let's see. I do not want you to play that. So we're going to play blue, white. Now, if he has another Fiery Temper, he'll be able to kill Spell Queller and get back his Thermal Alchemist, but if he plays another burn spell, I'm just going to Dramoka's Command it. Let's see, I'm going to leave up mana for Dramoka's Command, so I'm just going to just ping him for 2 every turn. We're going to have to be mid-rangey and protect my Spell Queller. It's a burn deck, but it combos off pretty well. 4 damage to target creature. So how about we do this? Prevent all damage and focus on 1 counter. Counter that and power this up. definitely going to be main decking Dispel. Alright, so we could Coco. Could just start getting in for 3 here. And then if he tries to burn it again, just Dromoka's Command it again. I was worried about this opening hand, but it turns out to be the nut draw against him. Let's see, I have a green and a white, which means I have 2 floating. I could play a Dustwatch Recruiter and still keep up mana for Dromoka's Command. So if he plays a creature, I'll let it resolve. Spellcaller can eat it. Now he has Spell Mastery, so his Fiery Tempers are much better. Collective Defiance again. Okay. Power up Spellcaller so that it's outside of the range of... Oh, I did not tap it correctly, and it's gonna die, and he's gonna get his Thermal Alchemist back. Oh, misplay. Misplay. So bad. I was supposed to pay Dustwatch Recruiter with the island. Oh, I'm bad. I'm bad at Magic. Spellcaller's gonna die. He's gonna get back his Thermal Alchemist. But he wasted his 2 best burn spells on 1 creature. So I still feel pretty good. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Alright, so let's see. He has a 0-3. So, we'll Tireless Tracker. Need the green-white in case he plays another burn spell for Dromoka's Command. I could have Dromoka's commanded Dustwatch Recruiter to fight Thermal Alchemist, but that's not what I wanted to do. Protecting Tireless Tracker is what I want to do. I'm going to prevent all damage and have him fight. Thermal Alchemist. I don't need to power up Tireless Tracker because dropping the clue tokens will do that. So this was a deck last rotation. It just wasn't popular because of the meta. The meta was green-white tokens, which played for Dromoka's Command, and as you can see, Dromoka's Command is nuts against burn. What else is he doing? Oh, is he gonna bounce Dromoka's Command? Or is he gonna return his Incendiary Flow to his hand? Targeting creature. And now that I'm tapped out, Incendiary Flow will resolve and he will kill target. Okay. Seems fine. I got another one. And I still have Dromoka's Command, which is fantastic against burn. He just gave me like 5 Dromoka's Commands. That's fine. Okay, so let's see what I can do here. I have 5, 6 mana, so I can play 2 spells. Let's see, I think Tireless Tracker is probably what I want to do. Do I need blue? I need blue if I want a Reflector Mage. Don't want a Reflector Mage. Definitely want Dromoka's Command. But I'm playing Ghost. So... get in for 2. What's crazy is he hasn't attacked me. But I'm down to 14. Doing some work. Beginning of combat, that's fine. Main phase, during the end step. I will pop this clue. And he fire impulsed. Okay. It's fine. I don't really care about powering up Tireless Tracker. I just want to Alright, so Spell Color, really good. And Dromoka's Command and Selfless Spirit. I can, and then if he tries to burn my Recruiter, pop the Selfless Spirit, or I could Dromoka's Command, and then, let's see, eat his creature, attack, and then if he tries to kill it, Spell Queller. Now, he's only got 2 cards in hand, so I think I have survived long enough, so really the only thing he could win with right now is his 1 main deck Chandra, so that's fine. Yeah, counter, and that's going to fight that. White and green. I feel like maybe I should have saved Dromoka's Command for... This seems like a better way to get some damage through rather than just Reflector Mage. I gotta keep up mana for Spell Queller. Yeah, that seems like a good spell to Spell Queller. Blue, white, colorless. Alright, he still has 2 cards in hand. Not enough mana to activate Wandering Fumarole, so that's good. Oh no! Okay. Alright, so he gets to kill my Spell Queller. He discarded his other card in hand. He'll get back Incendiary Flow, which will kill my Dustwatch Recruiter. But then I get to Coco. So... And he's out of cards. And all he has are some lands. So I have 2, 4, 6, 7 lands. So I could play Coco and Reflector Mage, or do anything. I just dump my cards at this point. So I'll just put this onto the field, and then I will Collected Company if he does anything. I'm saving this Reflector Mage 2 creatures in his deck. Thing in the Ice and Bedlam Reveler. Okay. Activating Imagine that. It's going into combat, so now we will Coco. Green, colorless, colorless, colorless. Let's see what we get. Ooh, big Sylvan Advocate, yes. Snap Keep. Jace. I don't have any cards I want to discard, so... Oh no, but he will flip immediately, and then... yeah. Alright. So he conceded to Sylvan Advocate. Fair thing to do. Alright. Gain 4 life and draw a card seems pretty good against him. Tireless Tracker was a dead card, but it did draw out his spells, which was fine. Dustwatch Recruiter is kind of dead. Gnarlwood Dryad, I don't think I really have a way to enable Delirium. Subjugated Angel is not what I need. Clash of Wills seems fine, especially in the early turns. I think a lot of cheap creatures is really what I want to be playing. So let's take out that. Put in a negate. Tireless Tracker is kind of expensive, but it's a lot of power on the board. So he'll have to answer a 3 power creature. Tamiyo's kind of dead here. Coco was kind of expensive, but we'll just put in some life gain. Dustwatch Recruiter is kind of weak. Reflector Mage was a dead card. And put in some Clash of Wills. I'm ahead of game, so I can afford to be a little bit more experimental. Don't have any blue mana, which is bad with 2 spell Quellers. But I'll be able to play Selfless Spirit and anything else. They're all playable, so... Okay, so he's got the Thing in the Ice, which is bad. Very, very bad. That is the worst thing he could do. Can I power it up with Dramoka's Command? Enough? Maybe if I get 2 of them. Seems bad. If I keep drawing lands, Avacyn will deal with it. Okay, Selfless Spirit definitely wants to kill Jace. Let's see, play my Forest. So that way my Prairie Stream won't come into play tapped. We're just gonna do that. aggro him out. Land. I think Avacyn's gonna be pretty back. Collective Defiance gets rid of Avacyn though. And Fiery Impulse gets rid of Selfless Spirit. Okay then. Now I do have Prairie Stream, which will enable me to play, prevent the ice from flipping. Do I want Tireless Tracker to get bigger? If I power up Tireless Tracker, he'll have to burn it, which is better than him burning me. But if I can pass the turn and Spell Queller something? Giving a burn deck tempo is not really what I want to be doing, so let's just do this. If he has to use a burn spell on a creature, it's better than my face. Of course he's got a thing in the ice on the board too, which I have no answers for. That seems bad. Reflector Mage to get rid of thing in the ice. And then if he casts it again, it'll come back with 4 ice counters. Which, okay. So I need to get to my Reflector Mage, which... It's because I didn't see thing in the ice in game 1. I forgot it was in there. Alright. Okay. Yep. So that's one of the few burn spells in his deck that can actually hit me. So I got him to use that, which is cool. Let's see. Now I have mana for both Spell Queller and Avacyn and Ojutai's commands. So if he plays a creature, I can counter it, draw a card. I can draw a card. I can Avacyn. Ideally, I think the best thing to do is probably Spell Queller and draw a card on his turn. He'll do Thermo Alchemist, yep. Trigger thing in the ice. Yeah, that's not really what I want him to do. So, play... Put everything on the stack. Aha. Oh, that's bad. That's pretty bad. Alright, we got some game. So I have to spell Queller, otherwise he gets Thing in the Ice. Send me a message. Okay, his fevered visions disappeared. Such is the magic of Magic Online. This is my second main. Gross. Okay, so he's gonna get Thing in the Ice. I've got no answers. A counter? If I've got to counter his spell. The only thing I have to do that is spell Queller, which so far he's been able to play around my spell Quellers. Blue, white, green. No incendiary flow. Ah, shit. So it's an on-cast trigger, so... it doesn't really matter. Alright, so... the only thing I can do here is, I guess I could have played Spell Queller again. I just took that damage for nothing, which was stupid. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Come into play. Let's play that. Let's I don't know. The only thing I can spell Queller or I can Ojitize Command. I can't do both. I think it's probably better to gain 4 and draw a card. Oh, and that's game. Alright, that's lethal. There we go. Alright, so gotta keep Reflector Mage. Didn't see Negate. Dustwatch Recruiter is noticeably worse. Avacyn was kind of a dead card. Ojitize Command. Gain 4 life is relevant. Bringing back Sylvan Advocate seems pretty good. But Sylvan Advocate's the only creature that Ojitize Command brings back. So maybe Coco's better? Let's put in a couple Gnarlwood Dryads and see what happens. It's a slow hand, but I'll get turn 2 Advocate. Okay. Really need a blue source. My hand last game was dead because I didn't have a blue source. That's a white and a green. It's going to slow me down, but I think this is probably the best thing I can do. Okay. If I brought it, I would have been able to do things. It's pretty bad. But now he's doing stuff, which is something. Blue, white. Oh, can't play any spells. Alright, so that was sequenced poorly. But this is my least favorite deck. With good reason. The two decks I was really hoping to play was this one and Naya mid-range. It's really just Naya good stuff. It has the Thalia's Lancer's toolbox kit, and it has main deck almost every legendary angel. It has oh shit, you really want me to dump my hand. Okay. Damn, okay. Alright. Yep. And the burn starts. Okay. How can I dump my hand the fastest? How about a Reflector Mage? That early game fever visions really makes me wish I'd have kept that Ojanai's command. I can Dramoka's command it though. That card is broken. Draw 2 cards and Lightning Bolt. Seems good. He doesn't even have to do anything. Return. Dump my hand, so at the beginning of each player's end step. Oh, that burns. It's a good game though. It only hurts the opponent if they have stuff. Oof. Okay. Yep, sure. And Gnarlwood Dry is gonna have to do some work. Wow, Fever is running away with the game. 7-turn clock here, unless I can start emptying my hand. Two fevered visions. Okay, I'm on a 3-turn clock. Yep, yeah, there you go, take 4. Oof. Oof. And he's going to Madness Out Fiery Temper. During his discard step. Guarding Selfless Spirit? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Okay. So, I can play a creature. It's not gonna matter. I'm still gonna get burned. So, we'll just... Next turn, though, I'll be able to dump my hand. I'll take some answers. Sure. Ooh, thing and ice. Okay. Coming back. I'm avoiding the fevered visions. And I dealt with Thing in the Ice. And his fevered visions is drawing me 2 cards. Sounds good. I'm in burn range, though. He could play a couple Collected Defiances. I'm dead. He could play any burn spell. I'm dead. He could pass the turn. I'm dead. I have 9 power on the board, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 8 mana. 8 mana. I can play Collected Company Spell Queller, and then I take 4. If he can do 1 damage to me, I'm dead. I'm rooting for him, though. Whenever I play against a deck I really like, I do root for him. visions will resolve, and then I am dead. No, he wants to rub it in. Okay. So fevered visions very well. I knew I was going to get burned. I think the right thing to have done was to actually just keep the cards in hand and keep the mana up to Spell Queller to counter his spells. Instead, I was just playing creatures to just get power on the board, which was not good. Let's see. He would have drew me Tireless Tracker and Prairie Farms. Alright. Well, I got some play points. We're going to be able to